Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Wait, that's not technically my thing. But tonight, we bid Paul a farewell. This is Paul Feinberg's very last Drone Brews stream as co-host, co-pilot. That's it. No more bad white balance jokes. I don't have anybody to pick on anymore at this point. We're going to have to fulfill that position with somebody else to talk to. But I think it's safe to ask this question one last time. Hey, Paul, what are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a girly drink. You can make fun of me all you want to.
What is that?
But I gotta drink something, right? I don't know. My wife.
See what you're drinking.
It's like some sort of a wine, like a watermelon.
Capriccio? Capuccio? What are you drinking tonight, Paul?
Something happened. Did we break the stream? Let's try that again.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a girly drink. You can make fun of me all you want to.
What is that?
But I gotta drink something, right? I don't know. My wife.
That is the weirdest thing. It's broken. Is Paul frozen? Is the stream broken? I don't know. Let me go ahead and bring Paul in. Maybe it's on my end. My goodness, could it possibly be my fault this time? It may be my fault. I may have broke it this time. This may be my fault, officially my fault. All right. Well, for the very last time, let me bring Paul in. Mr. Feinberg, how are you?
What, do you break it seriously?
It won't play the video, Paul. It won't play the video.
You know what? We might have to play that in the middle. If I had a gander, I'm uploading the final video right now, so maybe that has something to do with it.
I bet you're breaking. Why would you do that, Paul? Why would you do that?
I mean,
we'll come back to that.
It's because I literally finished it like 5 minutes ago, and it was finally exported right as the stream started.
That is a problem when your Wi-Fi is just hot garbage. Paul, got some things to talk about today. We got some proposed Mavic 3 retail prices confirmed. I hate the word confirmed when people talk about pricing because it's always subject to change, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. But with that being said, Paul, what are you drinking tonight, Paul?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a girly drink. You can make fun of me all you want to.
What is that?
But I gotta drink something, right? I don't know. My
Let me
wife.
see what you're drinking.
It's like some sort of a wine, like a watermelon.
Capriccio?
Spaniard.
Capuccio? What are you drinking tonight, Paul?
Oh, you're gonna fire me again? I'm drinking.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's not functioning. I don't know what you broke everything. Everything's broken tonight.
That's weird.
Yeah, we'll try it again after you're done uploading. Maybe it's
No, the reason why I tried it is because it was done uploading, so I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's the thing. I don't know. We'll try it again. What are you drinking there?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper? Okay. That's healthy. That is healthy, my friend. Good for you. Good for you. All right, let's talk about this. So we got Mavic 3 pricing confirmed, supposedly. I reiterate, I hate the word confirmed pricing. We knew that the Mavic 3 was going to be incredibly expensive. We just didn't know how much. And I think a lot of people hoped when they saw Mavic 3 and it didn't say Mavic 3 Pro or anything to that effect that maybe we'd get a break. But here's the current cost of breakdown for the Mavic 3. Currently coming in for the Cine package, which they're calling the premium combo, they're quoting at $4,499.
Tell me that's not true.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I mean, that just sounds absurd.
On, and I say I don't think $4,499 is correct, is because I've seen some SKUs in our point of sale system that don't reflect that. It's still high. It's like it's in the $3,000 range, but 4,000 is way beyond what anybody had thought. So we're like 32 from what I saw in the point of sale system, but I mean that could change at a moment's notice depending on supply and demand. $4,400 doesn't make sense across the board. Not at all. Not at all does that make any sense. Because if you think about every camera system that's out there, right? Even if you factor a smart controller, even if you factor the smart controller, which the previous smart controller was $700, right? But if we say, okay, we're in 2022, 2021 era, smart controller's $1,000. Let's say it's $1,000 with inflation and everything else. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I'll say it's $1,200 for the smart controller, giving it the benefit of the doubt. You have $3,200 in a drone. Okay, maybe there's some battery cost there, but still, I don't see that. Even if they wanted to license ProRes, which a ProRes license doesn't cost $1,000. It doesn't cost $1,000 because my Ninja Atomos's $600 recorder can capture ProRes. That comes with a license. Doesn't cost that much money. So I think there's some confusion there.
For sure.
I think that we're
seeing
some
confusion. Doesn't the Inspire almost cost that? I mean, it's a few like what, $6,000?
Yeah, but the Inspire, the Inspire is an entirely different animal. If you look at just the airframe itself, the airframe for the Inspire, I think was like $3,900. No camera, nothing, just the airframe was $3,900. But it was a different animal. It had a lot of moving components. It was touted as a professional platform, not a consumer platform. It just, I think that these prices that are being touted to these people are just incorrect across the board. They're inflated way too high.
It's got to be. There's no way.
I feel like they're almost intentionally being fed misinformation. Now, with that being said, there's going to be different versions of this Mavic 3. So there may be one that floats into the price range that appeals to everybody. It sounds like from all the documents that I've seen, there's only one camera. It's just whether or not that camera shoots in the professional resolutions or codecs that somebody would want. But the reality is that most consumers won't need ProRes. You don't need ProRes if you're a consumer. You don't need it. What are you going to do? Do you know why you need ProRes? Like the vast majority won't need it. They won't have any use for it. So I think that they'll probably be safe. I think the biggest attribution that ProRes can provide is if this drone does film in a 5.3K format or higher than 4K format, it's going to provide those faster read-write speeds to that internal SSD, which means we can have a better bit rate for the 5.3K. I mean, that makes sense at that point, but the vast majority is just not going to need ProRes. You just don't need it. It's just not something. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Let me jump into the comment section here. And
already a hater hit the thumbs down. What the frick?
yeah, well, I piss people off. That's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. That's par for the course, man. Par for the course. Those who are complaining about the pricing aren't who DJI is targeting. We don't know who DJI is targeting really with this drone. We don't know. They're filling a void. It's a whole different ballgame now because we have shortages of chipsets, and their DJI has obviously lost a tremendous amount of people with their organization. So, we'll have to see what it is when it comes out. I would just say to anybody that I wouldn't concern with the pricing until it actually becomes launch day. When you can actually click the order button on that, that's when I would worry about what the price states. But I firmly believe $4,400 on the high end of things is incorrect. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Time to sell your wives.
Yeah. So yeah. We'll see. But we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be great. I just hope that they're able to keep up with the supply in demand for what this drone is going to bring to the table, because it's going to be super hot. It's probably going to be out of stock in a lot of places. So hopefully they've accounted for that. Even with the higher price tag, I think it's going to sell incredibly well. And this is going to put a really hard hit to a couple of companies releasing drones in the same time frame. X Dynamics today started, was it today, or I think it was yesterday or today? Anyways, it was the 4th. They said that they started shipping the Evolve 2. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see if it actually is factual. But they started shipping it, and that drone itself with a removable lens, and I believe it shoots ProRes as well. That one's $3,600. So it shoots ProRes and it has a removable lens. Shoots ProRes, if I'm not mistaken, $3,600. So that's, perspective, right?
Right.
But it's also, it's got to remove, it has options there. So, I think that's sort of interesting. Then of course you've got Autel that's going to launch their units this month. It should be in the hands of consumers by the end of the month.
It is a hot month for technology,
dude. It really is. It really is. This is always when the products start heating up. This is when we start getting our hands a lot on all these products. I feel bad for Autel launching drones this month, because you're going to have people that are going to be like, maybe I changed my mind. Maybe I want something more. They're going to return it. That's going to really suck.
Yeah.
But they're targeting a audience of, intermediate to beginner, somebody who doesn't want to necessarily spend, into the teens or thousands, $4,200 or even $3,000 on a drone.
And have those nice color options. Come on.
I got to have the color options. So we'll see if they hold true to that. We'll see if, I'm hearing October 15th, we should have units ready to ship. I'm not going to hold my breath. There's too many cargo ships off the coast of California right now to say that they're going to get those in hands. I don't see it. I think that's going to be the big story of the year, is that we're going to have all these new products released, but maybe we don't have anything available because stocking isn't here yet. That could be the problem. So we'll have to see.
So when's the Mavic 3's rumored to release? In October?
No, not October. It's always been November, from my understanding. It's always been November. So I would say it's going to probably launch at an inopportune time, simply because I'm going to be on a plane flying into spin up. And that's going to become available. Not that it'll be in the hands of people, like, other than the influencers that already have them, but that's going to sort of suck that that's happening at that time. But you know what? Usually I'll let the dust settle with those reviews, and then I'll dive in. So,
Of course.
but it also sucks too because by the time those are actually shipping, I'm then going to be in Hawaii. Like literally get off the plane from Spin Up and go to Hawaii, which that's going to suck. I'm not going to have any downtime.
You get to test out that new little beast you got there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take that with me. Well, that one is going. That the Cinelifter is going, but I'm not taking.
The Cinelifter with the.
I'm not going to take the X Dynamics with me. That I think would be too big to take on the plane. It's just bad timing.
Jake Sloan is absolutely correct. This is the 24 millimeter 1.4. I actually, my light is too bright when it's at the lowest. So right now,
what do you mean your light is
2.
too bright? What, how are you filming? What do you mean? You got to adjust that, man.
No. I mean, this light that I use is literally as low as it goes as far as brightness.
What ISO are you at? Are you at ISO 100?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. That is interesting.
Yep.
B-Man says these posts that Billy has been putting up from IG is from the Mavic 3. No, that's actually Air 2S. That's Air 2S. I firmly believe that's Air 2S. He's smarter than that. He is smarter than that. So let me see here. Should we, you know what I was thinking about? You know, you ever see that where I won't do that. I won't do that.
Are you feeling all right tonight?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
What are you drinking tonight? You never really said.
I am drinking apple cider.
You know what? There's
no alcohol in this. There's no alcohol.
Come on, I mean, doesn't it remind you of?
I know.
Saw it in the video if it had played, but
yeah, I'm drinking apple cider.
I mean, it doesn't. It reminds you of the fine ale. You know, finally
ale.
Undone, man.
You know. Here's the funny story. So I was in New York like 2 weeks ago for a wedding, and the wedding was on a Sunday. Saturday, I met up with Eddie and Drone X Factor. We flew and we were drinking Saturday, and Sunday the wedding came, and the alcohol that they had at the wedding, from the minute you stepped into the reception hall, like they had an area where, you know, everybody was being held and they were giving you drinks, and then they had the food, and this wedding had a cost of fortune, and nobody was really drinking. And I said, well, I have to drink. So I started drinking. By the time I got into the reception hall, like from the pre-reception, I was already trying to figure out how I was going to get back to the hotel. I was cutting myself off and just, you know, changing the flights and everything else. I basically stopped drinking. I haven't drank since. I literally haven't drank since. I haven't touched a lick of alcohol in 2 weeks. So I feel like I have more energy in the mornings. I get up in the morning, 6 a.m. I have energy. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just sort of quit drinking cold turkey, I guess. So
well, that's good.
Apple cider it is, right?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little bit of cider in your life.
And I don't have to drink to be an asshole. So I can still be an asshole.
We know that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it does suck, you know, it does suck not drinking, because I'm going to go to Spin Up and it's like, you know, I'm going to want it. You know what I mean? Like Texas has some of the best beer. But you know, it's just a good idea for me to just stay focused. I got to stay focused. So if I don't drink, I can stay focused. Yeah. So there's that. But, yeah, so the leaks have been pouring out pretty heavily for the Mavic 3. I still don't think anything's really fully confirmed. Definitely though, big boo-boo from Peter McKinnon. I don't know if you've seen Peter McKinnon's video. He's now used the YouTube option to blur it out, but the Osmo action, or the action, the DJI action.
No, not Peter McKinnon. Peter Lindgren.
Oh, was that Peter Lindgren that did that?
Peter Lindgren.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was McKinnon.
No, is Lindgren because he on his little workbench table he has that green.
No,
Like,
that wasn't lingering. This was McKinnon that did it as well.
really?
Yeah, that wasn't Peter Lindgren.
Because people were saying like, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it was
the
McKinnon.
way that the image that leaked, it was kind of obvious that it almost seemed like it was planned
Yeah,
because
no,
it was just
that
sitting.
was. Yeah, Peter McKinnon leaks DJI Action 2. That wasn't lingering. That was Peter McKinnon.
Did they both do it?
I don't know. Maybe it's a fucking Peter thing. Let me show you the article from Drone XL.
Let's see it.
Let me show you. Because yeah, I mean, it was just too perfect. So this is the article from Drone XL. And basically he's got it blurred out now, but this is what it was before. So you can see here's looks like the screen and the camera side is over here. So it looks like he's actually got two of them. I know a lot of times when DJI does things like this for influencers, they usually send out two. So usually they get two of each in case if they break one of them, they have a backup. So that looks like he's got two of them sitting there. But how perfect is that though, right?
Right. I mean, it just looks like it was sitting there on purpose.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, that's just too, like, you don't leave shit like this out. Like, that doesn't just happen. And then he goes back and he blurs it out. Like, I feel like DJI was sort of like, hey, Pete, can you sort of create some interest around this product? Because nobody really gives a shit about it. I don't know. I feel like that's what they did.
I mean, it looks like it'll be perfect for drone for FPV though, don't you think?
So here's the problem though. So when you think about a modular camera, where do you put a battery? Do you put a battery behind the camera? Or do you put a battery where the screen is? Right? So if you're looking at this, and if we're just looking at this here and it comes apart like this, like, wow, this would be great. Like, people are probably thinking this is going to be the next session replacement. Well, think about it. The only way that would work is if there is a battery here in the camera and there's a battery here so it can power the screen, or maybe the battery is where the camera is. I don't see them putting a battery behind the camera. I see the battery being behind the screen. So if you disconnect it, the camera's not going to work. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Maybe there's a battery on either side. I mean, that would be amazing if that's the case. But I don't know if they would do that. I mean, that would be a hell of a feat. Now, if they did do that, then yes, this would become an amazing session replacement, providing two things. They fix rock steady to work with drones, and two, the lens doesn't pick up those micro vibrations, because with the original Osmo Action, I would never use it on a drone because it would pick up so much vibration. It just looked like shit. It just looked like absolute shit. The color was great. But it picked up so much of that vibration. You would get like this jello-ish effect to the footage. I mean, they would have to really fix that in order to not have those vibrations. Now, if they did that, then yes, this would be an amazing, like, a session replacement. And maybe that's what DJI is thinking to themselves. Like, hey, wait a second. People have been asking for a hero session. GoPro doesn't have any indication that they want to give people a hero session again, right? What if we fill that void because GoPro doesn't, and now they capture sales from those people who want a smaller action camera that's much more durable, and then it's also modular, basically taking everything that Insta1 did, but just make it better, right? Because
Well,
I don't think,
it seems like they're trying to go for that Insta1, obviously, clearly.
Yeah.
From, like, they have pictures of accessories for that thing that has, like, a necklace behind and it magnetizes, so you can, like, just have it hang there on your shirt. So I mean, I don't know, they're taking, like, it's like they're piecemealing things that Insta360 did really well with a number of their products and kind of throwing them all into one with this. But we'll see when it comes out. I don't know.
I mean, they're saying the 27th of October. I hope that's the case, because if it comes out, hopefully I'll get it like maybe in hand like a day or so before, and I can start playing with it. That would be amazing. I I hope that that's going to allow you to power it, you know, without having the screen attached. I think if that's the case, that would be amazing. What would be even more amazing is if it was like Bluetooth, so you can connect the screen and you can, you know, set your camera up and everything, and then just disconnect it when you're ready to put it in your quad and you're good to go. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at this from a very FPV perspective. Not everybody's going to want that, but I mean, a lot of people that buy action cameras do those type of things, like they're snowboarders, they're, you know, extreme sports. I mean, that's
Right.
why you have an action camera, because you want to put it in a situation that you wouldn't put a full size camera. So, I mean, that's sort of that's sort of what happened here. I missed something in the chat. What happened in the chat? Barney Rebel.
Huh?
What did I miss? I missed
Mods
something.
are supposed to be.
Barney Rebel 012 wants to be a mod. Fuck Barney. You don't get to be. I choose the mods. Fuck you, Barney. You want to be a mod? Fuck off. You don't get to be a mod here, dickhead. You don't get to choose. The rite of passage to become a mod, it's sacred. It's sacred. Basically, if you want to be a mod, the way that you become a mod is when you feel that little hint of sweat dripping down your nutsack and it touches your inner thigh and it makes you uncomfortable. You're so uncomfortable that you stare at your wife, your mother. Doesn't matter. You could be at the grocery store, at the cashier. She knows, you know, that sweat touched your inner thigh. At that point, then you can become a mod. That was fucking stupid.
I don't know how you think up this stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
Funny.
Sometimes it gets better when I'm not drinking. It gets better when I'm not drinking. I tell you what, it just.
I don't know. I don't know if it's better when you're not drinking or when you are drinking.
I think when I am drinking, it slurs more, but I'm able to articulate a little bit better when I'm not. God bless it. Anyways, so Paul, you are. I'm trying to recover from that. See, and that's the other thing is I'm a little more numb when I have a couple. I'm numb. Like I don't even laugh at my own jokes. You know, I get so numb.
Clearly, everybody's laughing at you, and you're just going off. And,
yeah, but then I don't remember. Everybody right now is checking their nutsack. If you already have a blue wrench, you don't have to check your nutsack. We got to do something about the female retention rate. It's plummeting every night. Every time I end one of these streams and I go home, my wife and daughter, they yell at me. They say to me, "Dad, why do you say those things? Why do you do those things?" And at first I just say, well, I say what I want to say, but now I don't. I just go straight to the shower. I try to avoid conversation. I just go right to the shower. I just like, we're not going to have this conversation tonight. So Paul, you're leaving us. This is your official last stream on Drone Brews. This is your last stream, dude. That's it. A lot of people think I'm firing you. I mean, and that's not true.
Like that, I guess.
We could say I'm firing you, but it's not that I'm firing you, Paul.
Here's what I view it as. I don't know
What
if
do you view it
anybody
as,
is
Paul?
familiar with Matty Hapoya, but he had one point had Matty what was that? Matt as his editor, and he kind of like said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna fund you. You need to go out and do your own thing as you got talent, whatever." So
yeah, but I'm not
funded
funding
him
you
for a while
to
go out there and encourage him to do his own channel. And
Be
I
clear, I'm not
feel,
funding you.
you know, Dobo is kind of pushing me in the direction that says, you know what, you got something good with your Sony camera thing, and I think you need to continue pushing into that. And he's been kind of telling me that for the past few months, and so I started doing a little stream.
Yeah.
When he's out of town and it's like that on my own, and I guess and Ken calls me this week and says, "This is your last week on Drone Brews. You have to go off and go do that alpha show."
That's
I know your wife's only going to let you do one stream at the same time, so you're going to just go, spread your wings, and fly away. Nobody wants to see that crack anymore. Nobody wants to see, I don't want to have to fire you anymore. I don't want to have to deal with nobody drinking on my Drone Brew show, drinking freaking cider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but seriously, it was no hard feelings.
No, and it's just it was one of those things I saw that you were doing, you're doing that live stream, you're passionate about cameras and in the drone sphere is a little bit more narrow, right? It's a little more of a niche. And I thought to myself, just do your own thing, dude. And we're gonna backfill you. So we're gonna select a new co-host. I have somebody in mind. He's somebody who I think can put up with my bullshit.
He can, I guess. Yeah.
I think he can put up with
He
it.
has.
He drinks quite well, so he'll drink for whatever I don't drink. He flies drones. He flies FPV. He flies GPS drones. So I'm pretty excited about. We'll introduce him next week on Drone Brews. We won't introduce him now. I was trying to find a female co-host because I thought to myself, if I had a female co-host, maybe we can turn the audience around, right? But then I started looking through the list of options, and there's really no options. I could have asked my wife to be the co-host, but I was thinking to myself, that's probably not a good idea. That's no, that's not a good idea. That's just terrible. It's like, and then I'm sort of like, oh God, why did I marry her? No, that's not true. Don't do it. Fuck. That took a sideways
But
turn.
in all seriousness, I think it's one of those bittersweet, hard to chew moments.
Sure.
You grow up loving this community. I mean, you're the people, you guys that watch this stream are just some dedicated, very loving in some ways, but and understanding, and we get to know each other and understand all the inside jokes. And I really do. I look forward to just coming here on a Wednesday night and chatting with you all. But there are some times when it starts getting to FPV talk, and you
sort of zone out on me when we start talking about FPV. You start zoning out a little bit. Like I see the birds.
I get tweets from like Eddie Nunez. Hey, you're just falling asleep again there, buddy. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not falling asleep. I'm just soaking in the air chips. I mean, I've learned a lot of lingo from FPV, but I'm still, I don't live in the FPV world. So, I'm just a GPS guy. So
I want to go through too, and I also want to recap some news, not to jump off your sad train, but I also want to recap some news because there's been a couple of things that I noticed happen this week. So a couple of stories that were getting pushed about a Mini 3. Did you hear about the Mini 3?
I have not heard about the Mini 3.
There was this story that kept circulating about a Mini 3 was releasing on the 15th. I saw that Haya from Drone XL also said that they reached out to DJI for comment. They said that there is no existence of a Mini 3, so that's not happening either. And then I started hearing stories. I started hearing this. This is the best one. I heard somebody say something about a Spark Pro, and I about spit my drink out laughing because I know how that story started, but it was meant as a joke. There is no Spark Pro. There's no Mini 3. There's none of it. But I fucking died laughing when I heard that come out because I was like, wow, it's amazing what can be planted and people just run with it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And that people just fucking take the bait and they run with it.
Yeah.
They run with it. I just fucking laugh. Oh, there it is. There he is. There's this fucker. Not a joke, fucker. He says, not a joke. This fucking guy. Yeah. So
Russ. Yeah.
Russ we trust. Take a moment to breathe. In Russ we trust.
Are you going to show something on the screen here? Or you look like you're like ready.
No, I don't think there's much else to really show on the screen. DJI FPV drone, $100 off right now on Amazon. It's now $11.99. If you're looking to get yourself a DJI FPV drone, it's a little late in the game for it, I think. $1,199 right now on Amazon, which if you factor in the fact that you're getting a set of digital goggles, which cost about $500, you're getting a drone, you're getting a controller. It's not terrible, but I think there's cheaper ways to go if you're looking to get into FPV. I don't know. I mean,
Huh.
100
Yeah, I mean,
bucks.
and you had a
Sweet
great video
savings.
on your thoughts after owning it for a year. So if you guys haven't seen that video, you
Yeah,
might want to check it out.
you know, it's been 8 months. 8 months, and it's been good, but it hasn't been great. I think I use it periodically for certain situations. Like if I'm going to fly something over the water, I'll put the GoPro on it. I'll send it out over the water. I'm still disappointed in the fact that DJI has done absolutely nothing to fix the camera. They have yet to fix the camera, which I think is one of the biggest Achilles heels on it. It still struggles. And then sometimes it does amazing and sometimes it does absolutely deplorable. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
really think they're gonna wait for a version 2 to fix the camera. I think this was like a
Yeah.
throw it out what they had ready to go and
Yep.
see what people don't like, and they're gonna critique the crap out of
Well, I mean,
version
they
2.
got to make it something stronger, and they have. And I think if you're going to use plastic, then make that plastic to where it's somewhat repairable by the end user, right? You know, people are going to crash these things. Make it to where you can. I'm reading that comment from Axis Ariel. That's funny as shit. And yes, I don't know how he let that one get away. Um, it's just funny. Um, make it to where it's user repairable, right? Like I took apart the FPV drone for the first time like a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, holy shit, this is complex. Like the normal end user is not going to fix this. You're going to send it back to DJI. And I think that's what they're relying on. But still, you know, these things are going to get broken. You know that people are going to crash them. Uh just just make it a little bit easier to repair, or and offer the parts. You can even offer the parts at a premium, and I bet you people will still pay for it if they can fix it for themselves. So I don't know. I thought it was crazy. Having the wires drip and drab everywhere is just really obnoxious. That whole thing was obnoxious in itself. So um but luckily enough, I'm on my third one, so hopefully I don't break it. uh
Bob Casey said something earlier that I thought
what's
was
that?
kind of funny. He said, "I just want to know when or if Paul's gonna fly again."
No, he ain't flying my shit. He's not. No, you're not flying mine.
It
Um,
lasts about 5 minutes, okay? And
yeah,
hundreds of dollars in repairs. It's not gonna happen again.
no,
And
no.
unless somebody wants to sponsor that video,
I did buy an analog quad just recently. I ended up buying the iFlight. The iFlight. What the hell is this thing? It's their latest quad. It's their. I can't even remember the name. I can't even remember the name. What the fuck this? It's their new one. The Evoke, the iFlight Evoke. I was
Hmm.
curious about it. I watched Joshua Bardwell's stream, and he's like, it's the best quad that you can buy. It's the best bind and fly quad, right? And I'm like, wow, he's really stroking. I thought he's stroking iFlight's, shaft a little bit. Like, he's like, it rips balls, blah, blah. So I bought the same one. I bought the analog version, and I haven't flown analog in a long ass time. And I didn't do anything to it. I took it out of the box. I bound it up to my RC, and I threw a 6S pack on it. And I said, all right, I'll be optimistic, but a lot of times these bind in flies really suck. But I will tell you, iFlight has tuned the living shit out of that quad, and it flew great. That is the best flying bind and fly quad I have ever flown, ever. And I fly KISS nonstop. I didn't even change the rates. I did
Hmm.
not even change the rates on it, and it flew amazing out of the box. And I don't know if it was the fact that I was flying analog, and I haven't flown analog in probably about 6 months, and the latency, to not have latency, I was like, holy shit, this is great. I mean, I was coming super, super close to trees and shit. I mean, I think I still have the file here. Maybe I can pull it up on the screen. But I mean, dude, it was so good. Like, and I don't say like, I never like binding flies. Like, I'm just not a fan of them. Um, so I mean, I thought I thought that was pretty awesome. Let me see if I can actually share it to the screen. Share. Let me do a window. Yeah, here we go. So I'm sure. Can you hear that, Paul?
I cannot hear that now.
You can't hear that. So let me see. So it's coming through. Okay, I was using the Hero 8. Let me see if I can mute that so I can actually hear it. So this is the Evoke analog, and just stock rates, stock everything, just using the Hero 8. And I mean, it flew amazing. It flew amazing, and I got to tell you, I'm super happy with this. I'm not a fan of beta flight, but I am a believer that if you know how to tune things properly, you can get great results out of almost everything. Now, I'm not a huge fan of iFlight's electronics, but I will say they know how to get the most out of their equipment. They really do. And I mean, I felt like I was getting a little closer to things than I normally do with my DJI stuff, because with DJI
Yeah, you're getting
they're,
really
they're
close to these trees. It's amazing.
yeah,
I don't know how you do it.
I never get that close, because you just don't have enough reaction time to really trim the trees. I mean, you can get good, like you can get close, but I mean, I got
Trim the
caught.
trees.
Yeah, I definitely
Ooh.
I got stuck in the tree there, but um, I mean, it was pretty good, man. I gotta say, and it flew super smooth, like straight out of the box. I mean, I freaking love this thing,
Huh.
and I mean, for the price for the analog version, it's definitely worth it. I didn't even do anything to the to the VTX. I just left it like on whatever power it had. I just ran with it, and I think it's flying fine. So very happy with this. I plan on doing a review, because I paid like full price for it. It's like they didn't send it to me. I went out and bought it because I was curious. A friend of mine had one and he blew it up. He had the DJI version and he blew the flight controller blew up on him. So I was curious after he did that whether or not, like, is this something that he would have to deal with? And I was like, well, let me try to buy one and see if I get a similar experience. And man, it freaking flies great. It really does. So I don't want to say I was like sort of quality control checking like what Josh was saying, but sometimes you watch these larger channels and I sort of wonder to myself, like, hey, are they just pushing this because they're going to get an affiliate kickback? But I got to say, it's not a joke. It's like legit. They did a good job tuning it. Like it's pretty finely tuned. So I'm pretty impressed by that.
Huh.
I don't hate JB at all. You just never know, man. You never know. Like, you always wonder like the motives. Like even people question my motives sometimes. Like if I don't know, if some reason I was, I don't know, holding something up just to push a 3D print that I have on a shoporiginaldobostore.com, we just made a sale on these GoPro helmets, and that there would be a link in the description of this stream below for you to purchase those helmets. I mean, that would be, then somebody would question my motives. I'm not telling you to buy my 3D prints, but buy my 3D prints. I'm not telling you. So I don't know. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Let's go through the chat here. I just didn't going to get my first Cinewhoop. Can't decide. Cinewhoops are tough because sometimes the Cinewhoops, they just don't fly very well, and you'll go through 2 or 3 before you find one that flies well. I would say if you're going to get a Cinewhoop of any type, I would look towards iFlight. I don't trust their let me try that again. I can't fucking talk. I don't trust their ESCs or their flight controllers all that much, but I will say that the iFlight ProTech is the best flying Cinewhoop of them all. So the iFlight ProTech does fly the best if you want to get a Cinewhoop. I'd rather he not answer a free question than put on the spot or ignore a super chat if it wasn't an easy question. Who said that? Who's talking about it? Is somebody talking about super chats? There's not been a single super chat, so that I don't have to worry about. Let's see. Should have had my first 5-inch this weekend. Thinking about full GoPro. Want to use it in other ways. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Lon. Yeah, so the best Cinewhoop that you can get is a Slam Squirt, but B-Man wouldn't know anything about that. Blank, you have to go through the application. You can actually set a discharge rate if you connect to the app, and you got to do it each drone. You got to plug it in. You got to plug it in to do that. So let's see. Just trying to get caught up on any of the questions. I think that's all the questions. I think we got caught up with all the questions, Paul, which is a good thing. I always forget. Now. What's that? You say it again?
They're flying through right now. Casey Ariel, thanks, man. Or Bob Casey.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have it on live chat either. I always forget. I put it on top chat, and I didn't have it on live chat. So there we go. Yep. There we go. Should be good. Yeah, definitely set those just discharge rates on the FPV drone batteries. Definitely will help prolong it. I heard some people complaining about their batteries dying prematurely. So I don't know. Eddie says One Wheeled filed a patent for a new XR with shocks. That'll be interesting.
Sounds interesting.
Oh yeah. Crypto Man says he was talking about B. Yeah. So I noticed that on a lot of these channels, like they won't answer a question unless they're getting paid to answer it. You know, I gotta tell you guys, like super chats to me remind me of like online stripping. Like, you know, strippers, they won't do anything. They won't dance on you unless if you have like $1 or something like in your hand. Like if you have $1 or $5 like bill, then a stripper's going to dance on you. And I feel like when people super chat, like that's the equivalent to stripping. And I'm not beneath stripping, but I'm also not for it. Like I'll answer a question in emails regardless of who it is or when it is. I think that's sort of what separates this channel from the other channels. And I'm not saying that getting super chats is a bad thing, because I spent like $500 this week on super chats. So I know how that goes. But we had a budget to do that, so we did. Yeah, my analogies probably need some work. Stack of quarters. I used to know a guy out of California. What he would do was he would take a $5 or a $10 bill and he would cut it in half. Not recommend it, but he would cut it in half and he would hold it in his hand, like hold it like this when he'd go to a strip club. So when the strippers would walk by him, it looked like he had more money. And then when he'd leave the strip club, he would tape the money back together. I don't know how that worked. Guys from California. I feel like
that happened to me on this channel like a week or two ago.
$1 bill?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I tried putting the $1 bill in your butt crack. I did.
It might be in the video at the end of the
Sam, ask your question. I don't want you to have to strip. Yeah, JB is pretty responsive via email. You know what it is, though? What I think a lot of people don't get is when you get to an audience of his size or anybody's size, like you get a lot of questions, and then people tend to believe you become tech support. You're not tech support. So it's hard to answer everybody's questions and then still maintain a day life. And, you know, he's got kids, I have kids. And then it's like you want to try to find time for people. But if you take your foot off the gas too much, it's I don't know. If you take your foot off the gas, it sucks. Coming to Hawaii, what a fucking joke. I've been here 30 years. It's a shithole. I'm sorry you feel like that. Hey. Yes, I'm going to go to Hawaii. I'm going to visit your shithole in Hawaii. And I'm going to fucking love that shithole that you live in
with
for
808
30 years.
State.
And then what I'm going to do is, after I'm done with your shithole, I'm going to teabag it, okay? Because that's how much I fucking love Hawaii. I'm going to teabag your shithole. Okay? So I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think a shithole is. You think you live in a shithole? Try living in Spring Hill, Florida, okay? Try living in Spring Hill, Florida. But I guess I can guarantee I understand how much of a shithole he's in, given the fact that he's told me it's a shithole 3 times. He's probably the internet is lagging that fucking bad that he's having fucking issues Sorry, Paul. My internet
Are you
went
like?
out.
Are you using
I was in
Paul
Kona.
internet right
I'm
now?
sorry. I was in Kona. I was in Kona. I'm sorry. God bless it. Anyways, shit.
What are you gonna do when you don't have terrible Paul internet?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm going to do when I have a co-host that has good internet and knows how to.
Although I gotta say, my internet has been fairly decent recently. When you look, it was really funny as I was looking back on other streams, how terrible my internet was when we first started, and I
Yeah,
didn't
I don't know
change
how.
anything. I
I
didn't
don't know
spend
how
more
that
money
got
to
better.
upgrade.
I don't know how that got. I don't know how it got back on fire. I got to tell you what. I'm looking at the chat here. Sam Burns is Johnny on the spot. It's Johnny on the spot. Sam Burns dropping the hammer left and right on
Oh
the
yeah, he
chat.
is.
He is just Sam. You're one hell of a moderator. That's all I'm going
Put
to say,
put
man.
put that Kona boys in timeout, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Just ban that kid. I don't care. Get him out of here.
Like, I don't care. I don't care. It's Hawaii. You know, it's fucking Hawaii. Keith Poe asks, how does the iFlight ProTech compare to the GepRC Cinelog? I'm not sure if it's the YouTube algorithm, but it's showing so many Cinelog reviews. So as soon as you start searching for something, it's like YouTube knows what you're interested in, and they're just going to keep bringing that information up. So that's how that tends to happen. I haven't had any experience with the Cinelog. GepRC's products don't really appeal to me. RC Ritter, welcome to the Brew Crew. The Cinelog, GepRC, they just don't really tune their things very well. Like any GepRC drone I've ever flown, it's been okay, but it wasn't tuned. It wasn't like on the rails. And that's the important thing is like iFlight pushes the living shit out of their components. Like the Evoke, I feel like that thing is right on the rails. Like when I felt the motors were hot, but not miserable enough to touch. So I feel like if you're going to buy a Cinewoop, I would really lean towards the ProTech, just because, you know, flight experience, it flies like a 5-inch when you want it to, but it just performs better. I think, even though I don't like their components, if I had to choose between GepRC or iFlight, I'm going to choose iFlight 9 out of 10 times. That's just from my experience. All right, let's take a look at what's going on, Tana. Good to see you, brother. Let's see, Sold My Inspire 2 had to pay for the Autel Evo 2 V2 Enterprise Thermal I ordered from DroneWorks. Damn, that's a change up going from an Inspire 2 all the way to a Evo 2. But you know what? You're gonna like it, man. You're definitely gonna like it. Yeah, you got color and now you got access to all the emojis. See, that's the thing, is like everybody like playing around with the emojis. I'm gonna have to redo the emojis when Paul leaves. I got to redo all the emojis. I'm gonna add new emojis. We got the classics. We'll leave Paul's emoji there. We'll leave Paul's emoji.
It's like a vintage touch, you know.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Eric
V2,
Hill, I have
yeah,
not
with
got my
Ducks.
Part 107 yet.
No, he has not. He did not get his 107. That's why we're firing him, because he didn't get his 107. You got to do it, man.
I mean, I got a 7. I'm close. I just need to study on a few chapters, and I'm gonna.
I love that tiger.
I mean,
emoji.
I thought I was gonna get some new classes here, but it's been
yeah.
delayed.
I gotta get with Greg. I'm still gonna get you to classes. We can still film that. Just because you're not on the stream doesn't mean you still don't get access to that.
And just because I'm not on the stream anymore doesn't mean that you might not see me pop up in a Adobo video. Or
no, you're not gonna pop up in a Adobo video.
Oh, you don't think I am?
No, I'm joking with you. Of course you will. Of course you will. I'm not. I can't boot you out like that.
I mean, if I ever get back to your
Paul.
area, it's you know.
I just hope by the time I see you again, you finally fix your white balance, because I feel like right now you got a little bit of a magenta shift going on. It just doesn't look really natural. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know. We're working on there. How about that Autel plane quad you flew? Yeah, the price tag on the Dragonfish, $120,000, but as we have it configured with all the batteries, it's $150 with all the batteries and the case and the whole nine. It is an interesting drone, the Dragonfish. It's interesting. It flies very, very different, but I will tell you the transmission feed on that thing is insane. Insane. Definitely insane. Paul, are you going? You are to Ken as Ed was to Johnny? What?
Do you know? Do you get that reference?
No. Do you?
I do not get that reference either. How I kind of
I
went over
don't.
my head.
I went over my head too.
At
Maybe
least,
somebody
I
will
mean,
clarify. Maybe
at least
somebody
I'm
will
not the only
clarify.
one.
I think it's definitely a Sony thing. It's definitely a Sony thing. This is a Fuji is just the creme de la creme when it comes to cameras. It is.
It would help if I actually
simply
white balanced my
turn-
camera before we started.
Well, you should. I leave this. My lights stay the same. My scenery stays the same. You know what? Ed McManus and Johnny Carson. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. We now understand that.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense now. Ed and Johnny, I was like, huh, I didn't get that, but now I get this. And now fucking Paul's gone. Jesus, let me see if we could get to this. What are you drinking, Paul?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a girly drink. You can make fun of me all you want to.
What is that?
But I gotta drink something, right? I don't know. My
Let me
wife.
see what you're drinking.
It's like some sort of a wine, like a watermelon.
Capriccio?
Spaniard.
Capuccio? What are you drinking tonight, Paul?
Oh, you're gonna fire me again?
Dude, there's something wrong with that video. It does not want to play it, Paul.
That's weird.
Do you have the video file, Paul?
Yes.
It doesn't want to play it, man. It just doesn't
Should I try to
want to play
re-upload it again?
No, I don't know. You're probably going to break it. It's just, what did you export that in? 1080?
I think I did. Is that bad?
Yeah, it's got to be 720, Paul. That's why. It's got to be 720, Paul.
Well, I did. I exported the last video in 720 because it was gonna be. It would have been way too big.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
I learned a lesson today.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you want me to, if you really want to see it, I could export it real quick and.
I mean, I don't. I already watched it. I already watched.
Oh, you did watch it.
I already watched it. But you know what? It's 9:56. Let's play your farewell clip. Maybe that'll play. Maybe that'll play.
Maybe it will.
It's probably going to be you just eating microphones. All right, let's play your clip, Paul.
And I've got a brand new co-host joining me for the very first time. A co-host, like this is gonna be a full-time gig. It's not really a great paid gig, no vacation time or anything like that. Let me bring him in here. Mr. Paul Feinberg.
No vacation time? I thought you said we were gonna have some.
I am not. You get no vacation time. That was the deal. No vacation time, and there was no 401k when you signed up for this job.
I don't even want to use it anymore on my channel. Even.
All right, you're fired. Paul's fired. Nah, I'm just joking. You come back in. What the fuck are you doing? Paul, spread your ass cheeks. Oh, I got a 20. I'll slip it right in the crack of your ass, Paul. I can't see it, Paul. I can't see it. You're not on the there. You do it, Paul. You do it. You do it. Come on, Paul. Take. But I gotta take the shirt off, Paul. I gotta take the shirt.
Whoa. What is this world coming to? What size shirt do you wear? Do I need
Emergency situation.
Do I need to buy you another one?
Your shirt off. Because it's on the floor, Paul. Fuck me, Paul. It's on the floor. This show just went to shit, Paul. Couldn't find a.
Oh my goodness!
shirt.
What are you wearing?
I couldn't find a shirt, Paul. So I just grabbed this. This is my boa.
I feel like we're going to a strip club right now. I mean,
no, it's a boa, Paul. It's perfectly acceptable. I grabbed what I could find, and I had a boa. Okay. He said beer. What is this? This is Drone Brews, not Drone cider, not Drone wine.
this is delicious. Man.
I can't wait until we get a studio where we're in the same place together. I'm gonna put a funnel in your mouth with beer, you son of a bitch.
We got original. Yeah. Sorry. My name is Topo. I know it is a hard name to say.
Maybe.
My friends call me Boozy. Oh, wait, I hit him. Oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, my name is Dobo.
I like it, Paul. I like it. Because Ken and Paul we are pretty much idiots.
Hey, I have no control over this. You have.
Don't put this on me, Feinberg.
All right.
Don't put this on me. So joining tonight, producer Paul. Thanks, man. You finally not all fuzzy and shit.
Right at the end.
Right at the end, you're crisp as a daisy. Maybe we should just let the stream buffer for an hour before I let you talk.
What are you doing there?
Oh, you
popped up a hairball or something. Dang it, man! What the heck, dude? Don't I have any freedom privacy? You can't silence me, Dobo. I'm gonna do it. No.
Yes, you do it. Oh, you do it, Paul. Don't. Yeah. Come on. Ah!
This is for all you guys waiting, especially you, Mr. Fly Zone Drones. I know you've been waiting for this for a really, really, really long time, okay? Fly Zone Drones, man. What the heck, guys? You know, who's the boss tonight? That's right, we are taking over this stream. Dobo said there's going to be no stream tonight. Well, guess what? Producer Paul and, oh, wait for it. Oh, the Oz man. What's up, bro? What's up, Paul? You look so airy. I thought we were talking about the DJI Air tonight, but you're taking that Air to a whole new level, buddy.
It's like your uncle. Your uncle. I'm ending it right here so you can't get out of it. You can't. Fucking Paul, you son of a bitch. I'm pretty buzzed, Paul.
Hello? I'm done here, man. I'm not doing an encore. I'm not pulling the guitar back out. That was it. That was your Grammy-winning artist that wishes he was a Grammy-winning artist.
Man, there were so many just moments like that. Just it reminds you, just I don't know, a lot of fun times this last.
I gotta tell you, I can't believe how many times you actually ingested that microphone. It is unbelievable. But there it is. That's it. That is Paul's last episode. Any final words, Paul?
Oh, well, you know, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for believing in me. Thanks for teaching me new things, and thanks for the high paychecks for this last year. It's been amazing.
You're very
really
welcome. There was no high paychecks. I don't want you to set the bar high for the next person.
Do it again.
But Paul, there's more.
Yeah.
There's more. Yes. I still have a shirt that is in the bag for you.
Wait, is it the old school one?
Yeah, it's the old school one. I never gave it to you. I think I'm lying.
Met together after the fact multiple times.
It's not even in the bag. I wore it, but I'm gonna give you a new one. We'll give you a new one. It's fine. You want some stickers? Oh shit. Yeah, that's it. Paul, I wish you all the best, my friend, and thank you so much for being a part of the Drone Brews family. You'll be replaced, surely by somebody who has good white balance. I'm guessing, or voluptuous skin tones, possibly. I don't know.
I mean, he'll probably have beautiful Canon skin tones or something.
I don't know. We're gonna probably go through a couple of co-hosts, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna see. I mean, I will tell you, just as a prelude, this man I have drank with many times, and yeah, he's a bad influence. But that's how it always works. Your best friends are always your worst influences, Paul. So
not all the time.
No, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be a yin and a gang, you know.
No, all the time. Best friends, worst influence. You're my yin. You're my yin, Paul. You're my yin. Don't you? God, make me cry. God damn it.
Oh
yeah, shit. I don't know what else to say, man. That's it. That's over. 10:04. God, I gotta say, we had about 172 people in here tonight. That's at one peak point.
We had a lot of people in here.
There was a lot of people in here. I don't know why there were so many people in here. We got to yell at some people today. We got to yell at people. That was fun.
You can't have a Dobo stream without yelling at people.
Yeah, well, it just pisses me off. Why does people think it's Kelly Shore? Kelly's got his own channel.
He's got his own. He's too big for that. He's
too big. He's too big for this. This is small time. This show is small time. Why is there even this many people in here? This is small time.
Kelly wouldn't work for free.
No. I think we did have a super chat from Bliss Garage. Thank you so much. $6.99 Canadian. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. I did see we had a new member. We had Darren K as a member, and I saw we had Ritter RC as a member. If you guys aren't part of the Brew Crew, be part of the Brew Crew. Just jump right in there. And you can be a part of the Brew Crew for taking part of Brew Crew streams and taking a part of exclusive only members content. It's not like naked content. It's not OnlyFans. Take your head out of the gutter. We're not there yet. All right, Paul. I'm gonna go ahead and click over to the outro, man. I'm gonna go to the outro for this one last time.
Yeah.
All right, man. You ready? Any last words?
Stay original.
I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh, yeah. And who knew what you do?
You want me to do it, don't you? It. I guess one last time won't hurt, right? Fine.
I want you, I need you. You got me right.